For us, for black people in this country, excellence is the base. That's the base. The goal is exceptionalism. That's the goal. But the base, we cannot be average. We must be amazing. And by the way, we are amazing. We are the most creative people on the planet. We really are. Right? When you look at from whence we came, and when we were building pyramids and solving complex engineering problems, when other cultures are living in the Caucasus Mountains practicing cannibalism. Okay? So we're all that in a bag of chips. They tried to erase that from history and erase that from our memory. It's all coming out now. We are an awesome people. Black people are a cultural phenomenon. And the longer we continue to demonstrate that, and this is an excellent example of the excellence of black men, and you do the same thing with black women, this is an example of what is possible, right? What is possible for us. Look at where we are now. Keep doing this. We may take over the world.
How many of you believe that? I mean, how many of you who are going to see this believe that? I've played that clip numerous times for various reasons. And I've talked about black exceptionalism over black excellence. I know a lot of people are still locked in on black excellence. And that's something good to be locked in on. But they started giving out black excellence trophies to too many people. And when I was seeing black excellence, really what I was seeing was a lot of black ignorance. And unfortunately, black excellence has gotten watered down, much like woke, much like reparations, much like anything else that came out of blackdom, and y'all let other people get a hold of it and run with it. But we're not going to get off on that tangent today, because I don't believe that people really believe that we are what Dr. Foster was talking about. I don't think people believe that we are an exceptional people. I don't believe that most people think we're an excellent people, because they take bits and pieces of our collective and they say, see what they're doing, see what they're doing. Just a few peas in the pot don't ruin the collective. And I've never blamed one person on killing the collective, and I never will. But when we start to have this belief system that just because we do one or two things right, that's black excellence, you've got to look at the full body of work of an individual or of a collective and really determine, is it excellence, or really are we just holding court? Because a lot of people, truthfully, can be excellent just by waking up in the morning, doing what they need to do, and walking out the door. They can be excellent. And if they can be excellent that easily, then why don't they take that next step to be exceptional? And I know many people that are happy with just being excellent people, but they don't push that excellence off on anybody else. And that's really the difference between excellence and exceptionalism. See, I've always tried to be good because I don't like to be second in anything. Nothing. And I've lost a lot. But being second and losing is different. A lot of people look at first, second, and third place. I don't look at it that way. Losing is when you put it all on the line, and at the end, you really didn't get anything out of it. I didn't come in second. I probably was first for a long time, and then if I lost it because the infrastructure fell in. because I didn't have everything. I didn't have all the resources to make it go to that next level. So I've lost plenty of times in life. And the reason why I've lost so much in life is because I've taken so many chances. And the reason I've taken so many chances because I've tried to do exceptional shit. I've never tried to do anything excellent. I've always tried to do exceptional shit. That's just me. That's just my chemical makeup. I come from exceptional people. I come from people who did extra shit. Not always, consistently. And the fact that they tried and then they taught me, they were exceptional people. Because really, everybody just has to live these lives. You've got to breathe these breaths. That's all you really got to do. What did my stepfather used to say? All I got to do is stay black and die. That's what he used to tell me. All you got to do is stay black and die. And if I had just went by that, just staying black and dying, I probably wouldn't have been much. But he knew I wasn't just going to do that. He wasn't my biological, but he knew what I was made up of. He was with my mama, shit. He understood. He understood where I was trying to go, and he was as supportive as he could be until he expired. Anybody I've ever encountered, they've always known I've been different. I've been different. And I try to make a difference in other people. Everybody don't want to make a difference. And I found that out in my life. In my 56 years and now working on a couple months in it, I found out everybody don't want to be different. Everybody don't want to be exceptional. Hell, everybody don't want to be excellent. You might like what comes with excellence. You might even like what comes with exceptionalism, but everybody's not willing to put the work in to do that. And I've had to come to learn that. And I'm okay with that because I've got to live the rest of these days a certain way. As I set to make this turn towards probably like the last hurrah for me on earth. I don't know how many more years or months or days I have on this planet, but I know I have to make them count for the beings that I put on this planet, for the beings that I'm in their lives, and for the beings who seek me out, because I can't continue to make that run at people because it's too hurtful and too harmful to try to continue to make run at people and then have other people intercept what I'm saying or what I'm doing and dilute what I'm bringing. So I'm putting myself in a frame of, I'm back on campus again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 construction workers. Uh-oh, wait a minute, I see one black construction worker downtown Ann Arbor on campus. I counted 7, I believe it was. 1 out of 7. I saw 1 out of 7. So that's an improvement, I guess, Mayor Taylor. That's an improvement. We've got one working right there at South U and Forest, one black construction worker. Okay, that's a start. Now, I'm going to drive this route tomorrow, and I'm going to see if he's here tomorrow. If they still doing the same thing, should be the same crew, and he should be up in the mix, right? So I'm hopefully going to see that brother tomorrow. And he looked like he was doing some things. He was pointing this way and this way. You know, he had the vest on, had the helmet on, had some locks, you know. So I'm glad that they didn't decline him from working because of his hair. You know, they'll not give us a job because of our hairdo. and that's some funny shit to me because I don't understand what hair has to do with anything as far as a person's qualifications. But it is what it is. Let me get back on track. Excellence, exceptionalism. Excellence, exceptionalism. I'm gonna make a turn here. I'm gonna go through this neighborhood because I got probably about 5 minutes that I need to cook on this. But I want to play Dr. Foster's comments and break into it a couple of times because I done played this so many times for so many people and sent it to people. People like, what was that? You were talking about black exceptional. Here you go. Here you go. Listen to it for yourself. But I'm gonna play it real quick and then stop it real quick and then we'll get out of here real quick. Give me 1 second. There we go.
For us, for black people in this country, excellence is the base. That's the base.
See, he's saying that's what we need to be starting with it. We need to be starting with excellence. You can step out and say, look, I want to be good, but everybody is trying to be good. If you step out and say, I'm trying to be excellent from the get, you're already ahead. My mother, my grandmothers, used to tell me, you got to do twice as much to get half as much. I never really told that to my kids. I just tried to teach them to be the best, period. Just go out and be the best. Because I know why my grandmother and I know why my mother told me that. You got to do twice as much to get half as much. It was because of the eras that they came up in. I didn't come up in those eras. As I drive by this elementary school, Burns Park Elementary, where I got most of my elementary grounding. I went K through 5 here, K through 4.5, had to go to the other side of town and go to Mitchell, which was in my neighborhood, so I could go to the junior high school, which was in my neighborhood. And there's a lot of political dynamics to that and everything. Family political dynamics, because my mother really didn't want me going to school where my grandmother worked because that was going to cause a dichotomy for me that she thought I would not be able to deal with. So that school taught me a lot, not just in the classroom, but who I grew up with. The kids that I was growing up with in this Burns Park area taught me a lot. The teachers who taught me a lot. But really, who really taught me was my family, was my grandmothers, was my mother, my aunts, my uncles. I learned a lot from my family, and by the time I got to the classroom, I was a little smart ass. I ain't gonna lie, I was a smart ass because I had been around some old wisdom. Back in the day, I went to church. I seen people, and talked to people 2-3 times a week back then, going to church, going to church with my aunt and my uncle. It was so funny. I would meet people that they knew my father and my mother, they knew my grandmothers, of course. They knew them, and they would say things to me like they was blood relatives. I mean, talk cash shit to me. And I couldn't say nothing to them because I knew they knew me before I was me. Hell, some of them knew my mama and daddy before my mama and daddy was them. And I had to respect that. Today, you say something to one of these kids out here and you know they parents, you know they grandparents, you may get cussed the fuck out. Personally, not me. I know how to handle myself generally with kids that, want to get out of pocket, but a lot of people, they can't say nothing to kids no more. That communal disciplinary actions, that's just not where it was back in the day. And it's an unfortunate thing because that was a part of our black excellence, our black exceptionalism. See, I know y'all wondering, what's this got to do with falling off? Well, the whole thing is black people have fallen off because I don't believe that we're really trying to be excellent out here. And I definitely know that we ain't trying to be exceptional out here. Some of y'all have conformed to the thinking where, you like to do the sames, 20. I can tell you right now, 20 is not winning. If you are thriving to be like another motherfucker out here, you are losing. Because I can guarantee you that 9 times out of 10, the motherfucker that you trying to twin with, they trying to beat the shit out of you. They trying to beat you. But you trying to be a twin, they trying to win. How you gonna win if you trying to be a twin? That should have been the lyric for Lauryn Hill. How you gonna win if you trying to be a twin? I know it was how you gonna win if you ain't right within. I know, but it should have been how you gonna be a twin, or how you gonna win if you're trying to be a twin. Let me let Dr. Foster cook, and then we'll keep it moving.
The goal is exceptionalism. That's the goal. But the base, we cannot be average. We must be amazing. And by the way, we are amazing. We are the most creative people on the planet.
Do y'all realize that shit? Do y'all realize that black Americans, American blacks, American freedmen, descendants of enslaved individuals, we are the most creative motherfuckers on the planet. We're the most copied people on the planet. The most impersonated, imitated people on the planet. Replicated on the planet. They can't duplicate us, but they can replicate us. Some of y'all don't know the difference between that. It's okay. It's okay. You didn't go to Ann Arbor Public Schools. It's okay. But man, we are so goddamn creative. When we put our minds to shit, we are the most creative motherfuckers walking. But we want to go into that realm of being like other people when other people are really trying to be like us. How crazy is that? Why would we want to be like anybody else when there's people out here trying to be like us? As I travel these streets, you know, and these fraternities and sororities and things through the neighborhoods, and I've met so many of these kids over the last couple of years and shit, and I'm never gonna say that any of these wealthy, rich, well-to-do, well-off white children that I've met, some black, I've met a few blacks, are trying to be like us. But man, they love the fuck out of black culture. They love the fuck out of black culture. I don't think they would trade their existence to be us. But man, they love our black culture. And if they love our black culture, in a sense, they love us. But they don't love us and want to be like us. They love us because of what we bring, because of who we are. I can't make out with these kids just based on because I got good food that they eat. I make out with these kids because of my personality, because of who I am. Not to them, to me, to the universe.
Really are. All right? When you look at from whence we came, and when we were building pyramids and solving complex engineering problems, when other cultures are living in the Caucasus Mountains practicing cannibalism. Okay, so we're all that in a bag of chips. They tried to erase that from history and erase that from our memory. It's all coming out now. We are an awesome people. Black people are a cultural phenomenon. And the longer we continue to demonstrate that, and this is an excellent example of the excellence of black men, and you do the same thing with black women, this is an example of what is possible, right? What is possible for us. Look at where we are now. Keep doing this. There's no, we may take over the world.
Good morning, brother. How you doing? I'm good. Just finishing up my video here. If you want to stand at the door and pull the door, I'm about to do the face recognition. I'm gonna be in 30 seconds. Well, maybe 2 minutes. Hold on 1 second. I done got to work, and my co-worker done made me look bad by getting here before me. Be here in just a second. I said, be here in just a second. Nah, my Sue, he got here before I did. He never gets here before I do. Well, I got guest Sue's coming in. Long story, y'all. Long story. But I'm going to finish this up right. I only want us to be better. And I only feel like we've fallen off because I know we have. We've given in to so many different ploys and political situations. We're not really trying to govern our own track. We're just going along to what we see as being out there, you know. And I'm gonna kick some shit on this no kings thing. I don't want to continue to do small videos about it and things like that, but it's really upsetting to see how our people have dove into this no kings thing, but they don't want to dive into what's going to make us whole. Because nobody's going to get whole out of the no kings protest. Well, Black Americans are not going to get whole out of the no kings process. I can tell you that. I can absolutely tell you that. Black Americans are not going to get whole out of the no kings protest. Some other people might make some way, but we're not. It's not going to help us. It's not going to help us at all. But where we've fallen off is that we don't believe that we are exceptional people. I don't believe that most of us believe that we are excellent people. We might feel like we're good. We might feel like we're very good. But when Dr. Foster goes back and starts talking about building the pyramids and all that other stuff, that gets a little bit too deep for a lot of people. Some people have problems with times tables. I ain't gonna talk about, all the mathematics and hieroglyphics and this, that. No, I don't get into all that. Let's go for the basic shit. Sort of basic shit. And day to day, I don't believe that we are the same people that we were 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, and we've fallen off. We're not bad. Even though we've fallen off, we're still pretty damn good out here. But we're not exceptional. And many of us aren't excellent. And most of us, they're not even putting in the effort to be very good. But we are who we are until we're not. Y'all be good. I'll be better.